Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another FIFA Flow podcast episode. Today we got season 3 episode 17 of the podcast. As you guys can tell, I am more alive, I'm more energetic because I am no longer sick. Last episode I was sick. I had a bit of a sickness. My throat hurt and I had like a bit of a runny nose, but now I sound better. I feel better as well. I feel ready to record a podcast this time. And hopefully I don't run out of breath like the last podcast episode. But yeah, guys, today we got a pretty decent podcast episode. We're going to be talking about Monday's games and Tuesday's games as well as Wednesday. I don't know if we had anything yesterday. But yeah, guys, we're going to talk about all three. We're going to talk about some Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid news of some future signings and some current football situations regarding both of the teams, as well as some predictions for this weekend's huge games. We got PSG versus Nice, I believe, as well as PSG and Nice. We got the Manchester derby. We got Arsenal versus Spurs. So the Prem table could be changing significantly depending on this weekend's game results, guys. Big matches as well. So it's gonna change significantly because of these big matches. Top teams playing each other. So top teams will be moving up and down the table. We'll give predictions on those guys. But before we get into the episode, guys, make sure you have this link saved somewhere, guys. The FIFA Flow podcast website. We announced it on the last episode. I was a bit sick, so didn't have that enthusiasm for the not the enthusiasm. We didn't have that excitement, the hype for the announcement of the podcast, guys. But now I'm ready to say it more energetically, more like hype fully. And yeah, guys, make sure you go check this out. So many good features on it. You can of course listen to the podcast, click to the YouTube. You got all the links here to the social medias. You can leave a comment. And then you can go throughout the pages as well. Here's the podcast. Here's the last episode. You click on it, it takes you directly to the link where here's my podcast. If you click on the Twitter, I believe you can post it on Twitter. You can post it on Facebook, on Pinterest for some reason. And it shows all the podcasts. So once this podcast is also released, it will be on here as well, guys. There's a schedule area. So I actually forgot to put today's schedule on. So sometimes I might forget. That's why you check the Instagram where I usually do it. But I'm getting newer to this. That's why I always forget. So I need to mainly start putting it on here instead of the Instagram. But make sure you come here. You check when there's a podcast. Like if there's one today on Thursday, it's gonna show something like the season 3 episode 17 on Thursday. A white line. Red means the day we're on. So it's the 29th today. Tomorrow's the 30th. So this one will be red. If you click on the actual event, it's gonna say what it's about. So I said sorry, there's a delay because I'm sick. And then blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So we say we're gonna talk about the Sidemen charity match and that type of stuff. And then that'll be the same for season 3 episode 17. So I do need to start getting more used to posting it on here. But everyone, make sure you have this link somewhere because this is where the main stuff is going to be happening. More is to come from here, guys. 25 subscribers. Thank you so much for support. From here on out, the podcast is just going to go upwards. It's just going to go upwards from here. It's going to be improving. We're going to have merchandise hopefully soon. Maybe this December, maybe I'll get some merchandise. And maybe make my own custom jersey or something like that. And then do like a giveaway for one of them. And then there's gonna be more to the website, a place where we can talk, maybe a place where you can book an appointment to do a podcast episode with me. Just a live chat area where we can talk somewhere where maybe I can stream live on the website, and then we talk about football while we're live, and you guys can type and tell me, give your thoughts and tell me what you think, and then I'll elaborate on your ideas and stuff. And then of course we got a place that tells a bit about myself. Here's in San Francisco, Las Vegas for the El Clasico, as you guys can tell, the El Clasico, 1-0 for Barcelona. But yeah, from here on out, the website is gonna go on up. The channel, the business, the podcast as a whole is gonna go on. It's gonna go up from here. So thank you so much for the support. Make sure you go check this podcast, save it somewhere, because from from now on, a lot of the stuff is gonna be mainly on here. There's gonna be more announcements on here for schedules and stuff. So come on and check it out. Check the podcast out. Of course, make sure to subscribe. Hit the follow button. On both my like follow me if you want on the podcast channel and my personal one where I just post pictures of myself. But yeah, that's enough promotion, guys, of the podcast. Let's get right into the games part of the video, guys. We got the Nations League. We had Spain versus Portugal, guys, to which ended 1-0, I believe, for Spain. I think Spain won 1-0, guys. So unfortunately, Cristiano Ronaldo was unable to get the victory royale. Alvaro Brick Morata, his former Juventus teammate, goes ahead, scores in the 88th minute, so near the end of the game. Yeah, it looked like Portugal wasn't really on point this game. We got João Cancelo, Nunes, Ruben Neves, Ruben Dias, Danilo Pereira, Diego Jota, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, and then we got Cristiano Ronaldo Sui at the top of the formation of the 4-2-3-1 formation that Portugal are running. And it wasn't enough to beat Spain. Spain had the youngsters. Did they have like Pedri, Gavi? Did they have Ferran Torres or Ansu Fati? So they had Ferran Torres, Pablo Sarabia, the Paris Saint-Germain winger, Koke, of course the real rat in real life. This guy's the racist rat. We call him the racist rat here. After what he said about Vinicius Jr. We got Rodri, Carlos Soler, newly signed Paris Saint-Germain midfielder. We got Gaia, we got Pau Torres, Unai Simon, Danny Carvajal. So looks like they played a pretty decent team as well. I think for the most part it was a fair, even team. I think the only thing that made Portugal lose is maybe the goalkeeper maybe run like a maybe they could have put like a Rui Silva in the in the keeper. But other than that, like I think they had a pretty good, both teams like about even. Rafael Leao coming on, Vitinha, the best PSG midfielder, João Felix, Sergio Busquets, Nico Williams, Gavi, so the youngsters coming on later, Pino and the Pedri. So yeah, the youngsters did come on later on in the game. As you guys may know, that Spain, most of the squad is from Barcelona. So of course you're seeing a lot of Barcelona, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres. Who else is there? Sergio Busquets, Gavi, Jordi Alba, Pedri. So I think Nico Williams is from Barcelona as well. But yeah, good victory royale for Spain. Last episode we made a mistake because I did not actually know that the top two did not go through. It's actually the top one. The winners of the groups go to the final. So we have Croatia, Spain, Italy, and Netherlands going all through the final. So how it actually works is in the League A is the main league, and then the winners of each group in each four group in the League A go to the finals, which is going to be the 4 teams semi-finals, and then goes to the finals and then wins the trophy, the Nations League. And I think they got like a spot for like next, like something like that. They get a spot for the World Cup, or not the World Cup. They get a spot for like the Euros or the next Nations League. But yeah, the top teams in the first place teams in the 4 groups in the League A will go to the finals to win the trophy, and then I think if you get the last place, if you get like last place or something, you go down, or I think the bottom 2 teams, or no, I think the bottom team in every group goes down to, or out of all the League A, I think the bottom 2 teams from all 16 League A national teams, I think the bottom 2 will go to Group B, and then the top 2 in Group, I think the top 2 in Group B, or I think these 4 in Group B, something like that. It's like a level up to see where the national team skill is. So like right now Serbia won, I think they have the highest amount of points in the League B. So I think next Nations League they're gonna be going to the League A, where the bigger teams like Italy, Germany, England, I think like that's where they are. A team like Wales getting 1 point, I think they're gonna be going down to the League B. So I think that's how it works, kind of. And then only the winners of the groups in the League A will go to a semifinals, where then they go to the finals and then win a trophy there. So I think I remember Spain winning that like last year or something. I think it's every 2 years or something like that. I think Spain won it recently, or France won it recently. In the 2020/2022. If we go look here, if we go back down, Spain. There should be like a final somewhere. Who won the last Nations League? It's a France. It looks like France won the last Nations League 2022. Yeah, I'm really confused. But I think Spain or France won the last one, because I remember something like a few months ago or something like that. But yeah, now it's Croatia, Spain, Italy, and Netherlands going all through to the finals of the Nations League. So yeah, I was a bit confused there, but yeah, Spain go ahead to win and beat Portugal going through. They got the 3 points, which is just enough to beat Portugal and go ahead of them. And then we also had the big game. I think there's the main game this week of we have to go back down, of England versus Germany. And what a game this was, guys. What a game, man. Ilkay Gundogan's goal, the penalty. Let's talk about how it was given, because the fridge, guys, the German or the 80 mil England fridge, guys, Harry Maguire, gets nutmegged by Kai Havertz, or was it Musiala? I think it was Musiala or Kai Havertz. Gets nutmegged. He goes to tackle but gets nutmegged, and then hits the player, and then it kind of looks like he dived, but like at the same time, like he hit him still. Like it was too late. He already hit him. After he also nutmegged the 80 mil fridge, and then a pen was awarded, and Ilkay Gundogan scored it. So man, 80 mil fridge. Of course, you love to see him do this stuff. And then Kai Havertz goes ahead, scores in the 67th minute to make it 2-0. And then, guys, Luke Shaw is scoring a banger goal in the 71st minute. Mason Mount scoring right after that in the 75th minute. And then Harry Kane scoring a penalty in the 83rd minute, guys. And when I'm telling you my phone blew up on Twitter, is because it literally blew up. Everyone going crazy. England came back in 12 minutes. England were losing 2-0 to then winning 3-2. So crazy there. Crazy there. But then 4 minutes after England's 3-2 comeback, Kai Havertz scores a banger and shushes England fans out there. So Germany does it once again to England. And honestly, watching Germany, they do have a really, really good team, man. They have a really good team. Kai Havertz is so good. Now, on a national level, Kai Havertz is insane. Timo Werner is also insane. Yeah, Jamal Musiala, he's just built different. He nutmegged him. Leroy Sané is built different. We got Ilkay Gundogan and Joshua Kimmich. He's just always a different level. He's always a monster for Bayern and on Germany. After what Pep did to him, he's just something different. Thilo Kehrer, the Paris Saint-Germain. Now, I think he is at RB Leipzig. Or is that Diallo? But yeah, the Thilo Kehrer, the German former or current PSG player, playing at right back. Nicolas Schule, Mark Ter Stegen. We got Schlotterbeck, and then we got Rum, the car, guys. He's very fast as well, like a Lamborghini. But yeah, Raum playing at left back as well. So honestly, yeah, watching Germany, they have such a good team. such a talented not, I wouldn't say underrated. They do have a lot of good players, but like I feel like recently, like compared to 2014, like for sure I feel like a lot of them are kind of underseen. Like Musiala is a good player, Raum is now a really good player, Schlotterbeck becoming a great player for Germany, the new like a legendary center back for Germany. Even what's his name, um the RB Leipzig German, the center back, what's his name, is he playing here? He's not playing. He wasn't called up. But yeah, compared to Germany in 2014, they had like Schweinsteiger and Philipp Lahm. Like, I feel like this team like is definitely not as good as that team, but it's also kind of underseen. Like Kai Havertz, so when he plays on a national level, he's just something else. He's getting so much hate from his Chelsea side that like we don't get to see him like playing this insane for his national team, or just in general we don't get to see him playing this insane. So when it comes to national level, he's just something crazy. But yeah, good. It is cool to see like they came back, crazy comeback from England. Luke Shaw scoring a banger, an absolute banger, and then Kai Havertz in the 87th minute to shush England and say no, we are gonna be keeping that draw. And either way, if they won, it wouldn't have made a huge difference. They're still gonna be at the bottom. I think now the only problem is they might have to go through a knockout stage, to not get relegated to the League B. So that's the only problem since they got last. But even if they did win, I don't even think they would have passed Germany, because that's another 2 points. So -2 here, that's 5, and then 5-5. They both would have had 5. But England have -6 goal difference, so they've conceded 10 goals, scored 4, 3 which have came in the last game. So even with that, even with both having 5 points, England with the -6 goal difference would still be at the bottom of the group. But that ends off the group stage of the Nations League, guys. We got also Norway and Serbia, so man, Serbia also have a good team. Mitrovic, of course, guys, the Fulham, the best, the Serbian R9, the European R9, guys. Mitrovic, Alexander Mitrovic, and of course, man, Dusan Vlahovic, who's had on personal level, he's had an insane season so far for Juventus. I feel, in my opinion, I think Juventus not doing the best, but on a personal level for him at Juventus, he's been doing good. His free kicks are literally deadly. He scored like 2 or 3 or 4 free kicks this season, and it's been like bangers. That's what I'm scared of in the Champions League when we play against Juventus. That's the only thing I'm scared of is Vlahovic. So what a player he is, and man, Serbia have such a good team as well. Hopefully they do good in the World Cup as well. World Cup table. Like, what group is Serbia in? They have Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon. So they're in a pretty pretty good group. That's a pretty solid group here for Serbia. I think Serbia is gonna give it a really challenging time for Brazil, because Serbia is a really good team. Don't underestimate Serbia. They have a really good team. So so I really do hope they do good in the World Cup. Vlahovic, Mitrovic, who else they got? Kostic, so Dusan Tadic, so Luka Jovic, who else? Ilicic. I think they got Milinkovic Savic. What the heck? Wait, no. Is this the midfielder? Sergej Milinkovic Savic. Okay. Thank God that wasn't that it wasn't him. It wasn't him. I thought it was like, what the heck, man? I thought they were the same. Wait. Oh, because they're brothers as well. Okay, they're brothers. Damn. So the brothers playing for the national team? That's pretty sick. But yeah, even Milinkovic Savic, the Napoli player, he's also really good. So Serbia, man, I didn't even realize Serbia have a really good team in attack, in the midfield, and defense. So hopefully they do really good in the World Cup. And against Brazil, I feel like they're gonna give Brazil a really tough challenge as well. So yeah, that is the Nations League coming to an end. We also got a few friendlies as well. So we got Senegal versus Iran. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch this. I think, actually, I was home on this day. Or no, this is Tuesday. Oh, so I wasn't able to watch this. Most of it was in school in the morning. But Serdar Azmoun, guys, man, Serdar Azmoun has been killing it for Bayern Leverkusen as well. At least for his level as well. I don't think he's on the top of the team, but um, definitely he's improved so much to get to go from Zenit to Bayern Leverkusen. So going up slowly. He's such a good a backup striker as well. And then when it comes to playing for Iran for the national team, also we have to. This flag is a L, so we're gonna just cover that up. That flag. We're gonna scroll down. We need the line flag. Oh, it still shows. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna cover this up here. But just man, Taremi and Serdar Azmoun are gonna carry the Iran national team this World Cup. The front line, they're gonna carry Serdar Azmoun and especially Mehdi Taremi, my striker, my national team striker, Mehdi Taremi. So man, and it's every single time is when Iran play, we always put up a challenge. I think we scored first as well. No, own goal. Unlucky own goal. So if we didn't score that own goal as well, we actually would have won. And Senegal also have a good team. Sadio Mane. They got Koulibaly. They got what's his name? Edouard Mendy. They got Idrissa guy. They got this is a different Sar, but I think they also got Malang Sar, who plays in the Premier League. They got Diata, but it also having this good team. Senegal have a really good team, and they're also with Brazil and Serbia, so that's also gonna be fun to watch. And actually, no, never mind. They're with Netherlands and Qatar and Saudi Arabia, but other than that, they overall, no matter what group they're in the World Cup, they still have a good team as well. They have a solid team. They won the AFCON last year as well, African Cup of Nations. But man, Iran always put up a challenge. Against Argentina, we put up a challenge. We almost beat them, but Messi in the last minute. Against Portugal, we almost beat Portugal, of course. So man, honestly, Iran, as a team, we play so well. I think in some areas of the pitch we could get some improvements. Maybe in the midfield, we need some more creative midfielders. Maybe in the back line, we could get a bit better. Actually, maybe our goalkeeper is insane. He's brilliant. No need to change him. I think our front is pretty decent. So I think mainly it's our midfield. We need a Luka Modric, a Persian Luka Modric, guys. So that's what we need for sure. And maybe in the back line, a full back or new center back. And I think our back line and our attack is good. I think it's just a creative. We need a Iranian Luka Modric. That should be me, guys. I should go play. I should go play for the Iran national team. Luka Modric. I'll do trivelas every 2 seconds. Ball roll scoops. Elasticos. Making through balls into Mehdi Taremi. But other than the places we need improvements, even without those improvements, we're still such a good team. We play so well as a team, and I think that's because Iran, with the situation going on with what's going on in Iran, the unfortunate situations going on. You guys may know if you watch the news. With that going on, you can tell so many Persians out there. Just it's such a nationalist country. Everyone is united together, and we give support to this this riot, this revolution going on in Iran. And it's the same going on with the national football team as well. They're united. They're nationalists, so they're always playing together. So that's what's really, really good about the Iranian team. And then, as I said, unlucky own goal for Iran, making it 1-1. But we did come back to that, or making it 1-0. We came back, Serdar Azmoun in the 64th minute to make it 1-1 for the last friendlies before the World Cup. But I think we also had a few more games, not just the Senegal. We got the Canada and Uruguay game where Darwin Nunez goes ahead and finally scores, guys. This guy was literally lost in the woods. I don't know where he was. This guy was lost in the woods, and finally he came back. He's for sure lost in the woods in Liverpool. He's still in the woods, and Yeah, he's still in the woods in Liverpool, but in Uruguay he came out of the woods, and he found one way out of the woods, but not the correct way. He needs to go back to the Premier League and show that he's worthy there. 100 million panic buy. This is what the definition is, Darwin Nunez. But he does score, unfortunately, against Canada. And honestly, this is such a good game. Federico Valverde, Benton Nacker, I think he's in the Serie A. Yeah, man. What's his name? Uruguay have a really, really good team. I think they got, Ghana as well in the group stage. We already know there. Luis Suarez red hand against Ghana, and then they missed a penalty. So Ghana really hates Uruguay and especially Luis Suarez. But but overall, they do have a really talented team, man. They really do have a good team. And if if this game was in BC, I would for sure go watch this. Yeah, unlucky for Canada. I said last time, Kyle Laren and Jonathan David, the deadly duo attack guys. These two are crazy. And then Alphonso Davies at the cam position. For Canada, he plays good cam, and we talked about this last time as well. Is since he plays left wing back, left mid for Bayern Munich, he has that defensive presence. So good to have pressure, defensive pressure, more attacking in the pitch, because now he is playing cam. We got Petit. So I think our midfield is pretty decent as well. We got a good backline. Borjan, man, he's been doing insane for us. Like to carry Canada to the World Cup, he's been doing brilliant, making brilliant saves against USA in the CONCACAF. He was crazy. Kyle Laren was crazy. David was crazy. Of course, Alphonso Davies was crazy. So honestly, the whole Canada team was crazy in this CONCACAF run to the World Cup. But for our last game, before we head into the World Cup after quite a long time, it did not come out with the result we wanted. But fair play to Uruguay as well. As I said, Uruguay have a good team. Luis Suarez, Darwin Nunez, Valverde, who is probably everywhere on the pitch. So I don't mind, because Uruguay are also a tough game. But yeah, that is Canada, Uruguay there. Ooh, I saw Mexico game. Who did Mexico play? Did they play anybody good? Mexico, Colombia. Ooh, Mexico, Colombia. I did not see this. Of course, you got Cuadrado. You got not Morata. You got Cuadrado. You got Rodriguez. You got Rodriguez. Luis Diaz, Cuadrado. You got Falcao. Ospina. You got Davidson Sanchez. So I think Uruguay have I did not see this game. When was this game? Tuesday? Damn, I should have watched this. This is a pretty good game as well. But yeah, looks like 3-2 there. I did not watch it, so nothing really much to really elaborate on here. We got Argentina and Jamaica, guys, and of course, Julian Alvarez, the young and new striker for Man City, the new Aguero, the new damn, what's his name? What's his name, guys? We have the who is the old striker for the Argentinian striker for City? I forgot his name before Sergio Aguero. But now we got Julian. Apart from that, now we have the new Aguero, Julian Alvarez, striker, Argentinian, as well as Lionel Messi scoring 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game, making it a 3-0 there. And unfortunately, I did not see this game as well. So, not ideal there. Messi getting if Messi got subbed on, of course Rodrigo de Paul also got subbed on, man. His bodyguard has to get subbed on as well. So good win there. I think now Argentina go 39 or 35 wins. I don't think Argentina have lost one game. I think they've been undefeated. I think they've won every single 35 games since 2019 or 2020. So 35 games undefeated, or 35 wins in a row. Argentina will be going into the World Cup. So looking scary, honestly. As I said, in my opinion, my top five teams I think will win the World Cup: Portugal, France, Argentina, and Brazil. Those are the top, or so the top four, not top five. So 35 wins in a row, and they're gonna be cooking. They're cooking it up. Messi is gonna be ready. Messi is ready, guys. And then other than the Argentina Jamaica game, we also had another one last insane game here. We can find it. Brazil, Tunisia, which was actually played in Paris, I believe. So Rafinha scoring 2 goals. This guy for not only for Barcelona, but now for Brazil, guys. This guy's skilling everywhere. With Anthony on the right wing, Rafinha in the 11th minute, and in the 40th minute we got Richarlison scoring. In the 90th minute, Pedro, and then Neymar Zito scoring in the scoring a penalty in the 29th minute. I think now Neymar, Pele, and Lionel Messi are now the only three players to score more than 75 goals for their national team in South America. Keep that in mind. Not in all of the world, in South America. They're the only players to score more than 75 goals for their national team. So what a game, man. What a game. Brazil looking juicy for the World Cup as well. You got Richarlison, Neymar Zito, Lucas Paqueta, Rafinha, Casemiro, Fred, Alex Telles, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Alisson, Ederson, Danilo. You got Anthony, Renan Lodi, Eder Militao, Fabinho. You got Gabby Jesus. Who else do you got? Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. You got Roberto Firmino. Not Roberto Firmino. What's his name? What's his nickname? I forgot his nickname. What? Yeah, I said Ederson. Bremer. Yeah, Bremer. The Juventus center back. Mateus Cunha, the striker for Atletico de Madrid. So what a team they have, and what a game. There was a few fights going on in this game as well. Tunisia not happy, and they will not be happy with this loss. That felt like it was undeserved loss. But Brazil, of course, man, Brazil just too good, knocking everyone out. 5-1 win. What a game for Brazil. So that is going to be the international games there. We'll make some predictions after we talk about the news as well. So let's get into the news. Lionel Messi, we'll start off with PSG. Lionel Messi has an extension offer from Paris Saint-Germain on the table. So 1 year, a plus 1 year option, 2023 till 2024, plus 1 in option. So this is an option. He can extend to a 2023/2024 season, so 1 more season. And then after that season, he can once again decide if he wants to extend to 2024/2025, and making a 4-year contract in total. If he adds to both of them, and 30 million a year, so that's going to be 60 million in total if he does decide to stay for the next 2 seasons. As I said, I reckon depending on his World Cup run, depending on how Paris Saint-Germain do in the Champions League, if we make it to the finals and come close to winning the World Cup, or the Champions League, not the World Cup, maybe Messi will consider to rethink his decision and stay 1 more season at Paris Saint-Germain and try one last time since we made it to the finals. If we get knocked out before the finals, in the semifinals, he's going back to Barcelona 102% for sure. He's going to be going back to Barcelona. It all depends on how he does on an international level, how he feels at the club, and how we will be doing in how far we'll make it into the Champions League. As I said, if we make it to the finals, if he sees that this team plays well together and he likes the vibes of the team in PSG, and that they do and we do well, we make it to the final and come close to winning the Champions League. If we win, he might stay still, but if we go to the final and either win or lose, I think he might stay 1 more season and give it 1 more try. But if we get knocked out before, he's going back to Barcelona. So that's my thoughts on Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi's contract with either Paris Saint-Germain or Barcelona next season. Messi soon, as he get his new Wait. What is Pessy as soon as he get in his new house? Oh my, what the heck, man? But yeah, that's my thoughts on what he is gonna do for sure. And I think another reason which is making him not stay is he doesn't. I think he doesn't. He likes the team, of course. The only thing making him not stay is I don't think he likes the Paris. He doesn't like the city of Paris. But yeah. On top of this, Lionel Messi and Mbappe will also be back tomorrow in collective training. Marco Verratti will be back in training tomorrow. Mbappe and Messi are inside the facilities. They're not training, still recovering, as well as Marco Verratti. And then I think the same goes for Renato Sanchez as well. A lot of our players recovering and have recovered will be back tomorrow in the collective training for the game against OGC Nice this weekend, which I'll give a prediction on at the end of the episode. Milan Skriniar, so going back, so it looks like they're still trying to get Milan Skriniar after Inter Milan have declined their 60 million, like 50 several times this summer. Milan Skriniar and Inter Milan talks about an extension are standstill. Paris Saint-Germain are ready to offer 30 million in January, reports. So it's gonna be weird to see Milan Skriniar or Inter Milan really accept this 30 million, as in because in the summer they wanted 70 million. So if they do go ahead and accept this 30 million, it's gonna be quite weird, because then it's like, why would you ask for 70 million in the summer and then wait half a season and then accept him for less? So you could have just gave him to us in the beginning at the first place for more as well. Inter dropping to Europa League and losing out on their best center back for 35 million less. And who told you they were gonna go to the Europa League? But yeah, Milan Skriniar, what a player he is, man! What a player! This guy is literally one of their best, defenders for, like, one of the best players in the Inter squad for sure. I mean, they do got Barella, they do got Lakaka, Lautaro Martinez, but in the defense wise, he's one of the best players for sure. So wouldn't be ideal for Inter Milan, and for the fans, I don't think the fans would be happy as well, especially to lose him for only 30 million and not 65 or 70 million like what Inter wanted in the summer. Not gonna be ideal, but for PSG, he's gonna be insane for sure. Madrid, Tony Cruz, on his podcast, I think Brazil are favorites to win the World Cup, and that is for sure. As I said, I think my favorites to win the World Cup: Argentina, France, Portugal, and Brazil. And I don't think that's just my favorites, top 4 favorites to win the World Cup. I think that's everyone's favorites, is those 4 teams. Everyone wants to see either Portugal, Argentina, Brazil, or France. France being the last World Cup winners that got the World Cup curse, but I think they're just such a good team. They're such a world-class team with Kylian Mbappe, Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Griezmann, Pogba, Lloris, so on and so forth. They just have so many world-class players that the World Cup curse will not affect them, and they might go on to finals, to go back-to-back World Cups, like Brazil, be the second team to do that. Brazil, of course, looking juicy with Lucas Paqueta, Neymar being so in form as well, for PSG, and now for Brazil as well. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Richarlison, Gabi Jesus. So Brazil have such a good team. Argentina going 34 wins in a row, undefeated since 2019 into the World Cup. So what a team they have. Of course, Messi also having a bodyguard. Of course, Rodrigo De Paul bodyguarding Messi to make sure he is there throughout the whole World Cup, to stay strong, score goals, make chances for Argentina to win at the World Cup. And then Portugal as well, being a more united team. They're going to be more united, get in Manchester United with Diogo Dalot, Bruno Fernandes. I think there's so many good players as well now, that is just like Palinha. He's going to be really good in the CDM, the new Fulham CDM midfielder. So I think that, like, Portugal also have a really good team. So these 4 teams will for sure be in the semifinals, in my opinion. At least 3 of the 4 teams are for sure going to be in the semifinals. Maybe Iran will knock out Portugal or Argentina again, or not again, but we'll come close to doing it, and hopefully we do it this time. And I think there's actually a way. I think there's World Cup prediction, a World Cup predictor game. I think there's actually a way. Like, see, I think if Iran get a second, I think if Iran gets second, I think England will get first, Iran second, USA third, and Wales fourth. I think, oh no, actually no, the other way for sure. I think as much as Wales and USA suck, I think Wales are still better than, or maybe USA are better than Wales. McKennie, you got the LeBron James of football. You got Serginho Dest, so they do have a pretty good team. But if Iran do get second and Argentina get first, then never mind. Oh, never mind. But let's say like Senegal get, let's say Senegal. Oh yeah, I think there is a way. I think if Iran, if Argentina and Iran make it through the group stage and then win the first game of the knockouts, then they'll match up each other again, and we'll get a chance to knock them out this time, not like 2014. But yeah, that's gonna be crazy to see, and yeah, that, as I said, like Tony Cruz, I 100% agree. Not just Brazil being the #1 favorites, I think it's also gonna be Brazil, Portugal, France, and Argentina. We got here, yeah, talking about Tony Cruz as well. Before we get off the subject of Tony Cruz, it looks like Real Madrid are starting to worry that Tony Cruz might retire at the end of the season. He wants to make room for the youngsters coming into the club. Damn, that's gonna be the end of the era. We know if Tony Cruz retires, it's also gonna be an end of an era for Luka Modric as well. So, man, Casemiro, Cruz, Modric, the memories, man. What a trio. So, man, what a trio. What a trio. But I think it's a fair point, making room for the midfield, for the youngsters, Valverde, Tchouameni, Camavinga, and with the new rumors that that Jude Bellingham will be going to Real Madrid next season. I think Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea will also be going into the race of Jude Bellingham. But I do think the Englishman, the youngster, will be wanting to join Real Madrid. I think he's declined extensions. I think he's declined contract extensions with from Borussia Dortmund, and I think he's going to. I think he's already agreed on personal levels with Real Madrid. He wants to join Real Madrid. So man, if they get Real Madrid, if they get Jude Bellingham, you're gonna have Valverde on the right wing, Rodrigo up top, Vinicius Jr. on the left wing. In the midfield, you got Tchouameni, CDM, Camavinga, and Jude Bellingham. Holy, what a top six, man. What a top six, man. You got Luka Modric still, so you still got the Trivela creative midfielder beast. But man, like, other than like Luka Modric, because he's getting older, he's 37, still a magisterial player. But he is getting older. If Tony Cruz retires, he will probably retire as well. Even if without Modric, that front six is still insane. What a man, Madrid, they never go wrong. You can never go wrong with Madrid. They always are. They're always ready for the next decade. And on top of that rumor of signing Jude Bellingham, you just saw it right there, guys. João Cancelo, Real Madrid believes João Cancelo would be an ideal addition since he plays both left back and right back at top level. So what a player João Cancelo would be. Imagine him and Madrid as well. This guy is going to be balling. He can play him at center mid as well. Mendy, imagine him left back, and Carvajal, still an insane player. Carvajal is last season in the Champions League. Carvajal was one of the top players, one of the most key players for Madrid to get in that win against City to go to the final. Carvajal was such a key player. So having him and João Cancelo, having João Cancelo, Mendy, that's gonna be such a good partnership. You can play him in the midfield as well. You can play him more, you can play him like a right wing as well. Vinicius, center forward, and then Valverde right wing. You can play him in the midfield. So this guy is such a versatile player as well. So he's gonna be such a good player for Madrid. So man, I'm just so hyped. Like imagine Cancelo and Jude going to Madrid. Madrid are just always top. They as a PSG fan, you have to, as any fan in the world, you have to admit that Madrid are always going to be the best club in the history of football. But yeah, guys, that is the news there. Before we end off the episode, we got some predictions. We also got some news about Karim Benzema regarding his upcoming awards with the PGG, PGG, Afunda la Bugatti Combenze. You guys already know that song by Big Benz. PGG, Big Benz. PGG, Afunda la. Oh no, not copyright. I don't want to get copyrighted, but PGG, Afunda la Bugatti Compense. Actually, maybe we'll play that song for the outro of the video. I'm just gonna need to find it. I hope I don't get copyrighted if I play that for the outro, but yeah, Benzema winning the PGG award, which is being the top goal scorer of the La Liga. So of course this guy has to win it. And then for his upcoming Ballon d'Or award, I think, when is Ballon d'Or? October 20th? When is Ballon d'Or? October 17th. So upcoming 19 days, guys, or 20 days until the Ballon d'Or. So that's quite insane. Karim Benzema. So alright, so we're gonna have quite a bit to talk about here. Karim Benzema expected to win the Ballon d'Or with the highest difference of points to second place in history of awards. So the point system. So I think from every country in the world, there's one or two, one, two, or three, like depending on what country you are, football critics who give points on the players to rank systems, to rank the players of the Ballon d'Or, and then depending on all the critics in the world, they add up the points to see who's the top, and then like Benzema would be at the top probably for his insane performance last season. So let's say he gets like 60 points. Let's say I don't know what's the average points for it, but let's say he gets 60 points. That whatever the amount of points he is, if he was to get 60 points, that is the second most points in history to win the Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or with the highest difference of points to the second place in history of the award. So this guy, after being in the shadows of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, finally gets the stage of the La Liga to himself, gets to prove not just in the La Liga but in Europe as well that he is the king, and then goes ahead, wins the Ballon d'Or after not being in the shadow of Messi and Ronaldo, wins the Ballon d'Or, and then becomes second to get the most points. He gets more points than Messi and Ronaldo have ever had winning the Ballon d'Or. That's just crazy, man. And that's why I always say Benzema is such a most underrated player. He was his whole career, he was in the shadow of Ronaldo and Messi in the La Liga and at Real Madrid. He was in the shadow, guys. This guy scored bangers for Madrid. He scares off goalkeepers. Karim Benzema, the G of football, the biggest G of football. Karim the Dream, guys. Karim Benzema, guys. This guy is a beast. So going from getting out of the shadows of Messi and Ronaldo, winning the Ballon d'Or, and then getting more points than that Messi and Ronaldo ever had winning the Ballon d'Or is just crazy. That's just crazy because this guy, his whole career has been in the shadows. So honestly, this guy is the biggest G in football. Honestly, has to be up there in my top 3 favorite footballers. I think my first has to be Kylian Mbappe. Second, it will have to be Karim Benzema, guys. This guy, the biggest G. I just love his Instagram photos as well. This guy's drip is just mad crazy. He's just insane on and off the pitch. And then I think my third place favorite player has to be Messi right now. Messi or Neymar. They're in form. They're very, very in form. More than 85% of the fans have picked Benzema as their Ballon d'Or winner in the France football survey. damn, I don't even follow them on Twitter. More than 67 have voted for Thibaut Courtois as the best goalkeeper, aka the Yashin Award. So man, I'm very excited for this World Cup. Seeing Benzema, guys, just Benzema, one of my top 3 favorite players. The G, Karim the Dream, guys. This guy's gonna be cooking some stuff, and hopefully he continues to cook. I think against Osasuna, he should be back against Osasuna. Madrid Osasuna this weekend, which is going to be a fire game. You guys already know Osasuna always shows up against Madrid at home, but this time Madrid have it in the bag. They should be winning against Osasuna. I think Benzema wants to play as well, so he's going to show up. Recently won the PGG as well, so he should be ready to beat Osasuna, back from his injury as well. So great there. So yeah, now going on to the predictions. As I said, Real Madrid probably, I think they're ready. They're gonna finally beat or not draw to Osasuna at the Santiago Bernabeu. I think it's Osasuna that they always draw against too. And then Barcelona, no good game here. So yeah, Sevilla Atletico, that should be a pretty decent game here as well, but I think Atletico will win. I think 2-1 is gonna be my prediction there. And then in the Premier League, we have some decent games. We have some insane games, not just decent. We got some insane games as well. Arsenal Spurs. So as you guys may know, Spurs is killing it in the top of the league. We got Man City 1 point behind and Spurs. So if Spurs win, Arsenal will be going down. Arsenal needs to win this to be on top of the league still, which is just crazy, guys. Arsenal still on top of the league. That's crazy to even think about. And hopefully they do stay on top. I'll wake up for this game to watch it, 4:30 a.m. on Saturday. I want Arsenal to win for sure. So it's going to be a really, really good game. Let's see what Arteta has up his sleeves to beat Arsenal to stay on top of the table. As Spurs are also pretty close behind. And then, but at the end of the day, I really do think that Antonio Conte will, and Arsenal are the stronger team. I do think, and Spurs are the stronger team, so I do think Spurs might win. I think it's going to be a close 3-2, 3-1, or 2-1 win for Spurs, but it could be close. Arsenal could prove me wrong. Shush me, Arsenal. That's what you're meant to do, Arsenal. You're shushing the whole football fans out there. You're shushing the Premier League table and saying, this is my year to win the Premier League. It's my year to go to the Champions League. So prove me wrong, Arsenal. Prove that I got the wrong prediction and that you're going to win. And then Man City, and we got the Manchester Derby as well. And I do think it's going to be a 3-0 win for, I think a 3-0 win for City. I think Holland will show up for sure. Holland is going to score 2 goals 100%. Minimum 2 goals. Maybe hat-trick. Holland in his first Manchester Derby. So crazy games this weekend. And then in the League One, we got a pretty decent game. PSG versus OGC Nice. I do think we're going to have, we could have a difficult time. But I'm going to be going, I think we're going to be optimistic. We're going to win. I'm going to go with 3-1 or 2-1 win. A 2-1 win. So yeah, those are my predictions. Those are the football news from this week. If you guys went on to enjoy the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on the next video. Next video will probably be on Monday after all the games, or maybe Sunday later in the day on Sunday. But I think Monday will probably be, actually, yeah, I'll let you guys know on here. Make sure you guys have this link saved somewhere and check the scheduled part every few days, every few hours to know when the next podcast will be. But for now, stay positive, stay happy. Make sure to go follow the Instagram and the personal Instagram. Save the link of the home of the FIFA Flow podcast. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed. As I said, stay happy, stay positive, stay safe, stay flow, and I'll see you later. Peace.
PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti comme Benzé. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti comme Benzé. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti comme Benzé. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti. Tu te fais remarquer quand tu quittes la tête. T'es bon qu'à rester dans ta cité. poteau, j'quitte la Hesse. J'ai charbonné comme un fou, comme un dingue. Toi tu portes l'œil du soir au matin. Quand je vois la misère des gens, ça m'atteint. Car j'ai grandi dans la Hesse. Jet ski, putain, quelle vie, c'est le butin. Jet ski, putain, quelle vie. Serre-moi un caisse, monte le son dans la caisse. Serre-moi un caisse, monte le son dans la caisse. Arrivé à Miami, on n'est pas là pour faire un Miami. Arrivé à Miami, on n'est pas là pour faire un Miami. Serre-moi un caisse, monte le son dans la caisse. Serre-moi un caisse, monte le son dans la caisse. Oh toi tu veux des nanas mais tu n'as pas les épaules. J'ai dit toi tu veux des nanas mais tu n'as pas les épaules. Te chie emballé, ça suffit pas. De voyage dans l'année, ça suffit pas. Christian et Giuseppe, ça suffit pas. Non, non, ça suffit pas. Jet ski, putain, quelle vie, c'est le butin. C'est le butin, c'est le butin. Serre-moi un caisse, monte le son dans la caisse. Serre-moi un caisse, monte le son dans la caisse. Arrivé à Miami, on n'est pas là pour faire un Miami. Arrivé à Miami, on n'est pas là pour faire un Miami. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti comme Benzé. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti comme Benzé. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti. PGG, à fond dans la Bugatti. Serre-moi